is our final Math 060 Math Study Skills video. And this week we're going to talk about what comes next. So you've learned about textbook reading strategies, better note-taking techniques including active listening, value of homework, ways to approach word problems, ideas for effective studying, a bit about how your memory works, especially long-term memory, ways to take tests to improve your performance there, and how to deal with test anxiety. So, what comes next? Well, there's two big themes that we've actually been talking about this semester. One is self-monitoring. I've regularly encouraged you to monitor your learning, especially in the effective studying part. We needed to think about, is what we're doing for studying helping us learn? Are we actually learning things, right? That's the definition of effective studying, is that we are learning. So we need to worry about self-monitoring. That's something that you will need to continue to do for learning throughout your life, because we never do stop learning. The other big theme was practice. You've heard the word practice more times than we can probably count in this course, and more times than you probably care to remember at this point in this course. But you'll need to continue practicing things, because practice is part of how we learn. It's part of how we reinforce our long-term memory. So continuous self-monitoring and lots of practice will continue to improve your math study skills as well as improve your success in math courses. All right. But I want to make clear that just because we've finished the math study skills course, or we're in the process of finishing it, doesn't mean that you're done thinking about math study skills. You want to continue self-monitoring the study skills themselves. Are your study skills working? Should I be changing anything? Should I be adapting new ones? And then you need to continue practicing those study skills. And hopefully you're starting to realize that the study skills we've talked about as part of math study skills are generally useful in lots of other types of courses as well. So, self-monitoring. That's regularly asking yourself if what you're doing is working. If it is working, great. If it's not working, or it could be working better, then change things or try something different. There's an old saying, insanity is doing the same thing the same way and expecting a different outcome. Unfortunately, in my many years of teaching math, I've seen lots of students do this. They just keep doing the same things over and over again. They think that their grade will improve, they think that their learning will improve, and it won't. We have to be willing to recognize when things aren't working and change them. All right. Trying harder, spending more time doesn't help if you're doing the same things. All right. So self-monitor. Self-monitoring is a big part of being an independent learner. All right. One of the most important things, I should say, that you should learn in college is how to learn on your own. I know for me that was one of the most valuable things I got out of college, was I became an independent learner, able to learn on my own, able to monitor my own learning. Self-monitoring is a vital part of that process and that independence. All right. If you aren't learning, you need to recognize that you're not learning, and you need to change something so that you have the opportunity to learn. All right. One of the things to remember, especially about college, is that lecture time is much shorter than you would have had in high school. Classroom time is much shorter than you would have had in high school. So a lot of the responsibility for learning is transferred to you. So you need to become more independent. And you'll see throughout college, especially if you transfer and go on for a four-year degree, that the amount of independent learning you do increases as you get deeper into college and as the numbers on the classes you take get higher. Our last slide in this final video of the semester is about practice. Just like baseball players need batting practice and musicians need rehearsals, math students need to do homework, they need to review examples, they need to do additional problems to practice what they are learning. And students learning math study skills must practice their skills as well. All right? Practicing is a big part of the self-monitoring process because it's giving you opportunities to determine what works and what doesn't work, what you know and what you don't know. Practice is also part of the memory process. The more you practice something, the more you're dealing with it, the more you wear down that path through the memory banks of your brain, so that not only are you storing the information, but that it is easy to find later. That's it for our videos for the course. I hope that you've been learning and transforming your study skills along the way. I hope that your grade in your math course that you're hopefully taking at the same time as this course is better than you expected as a result of the work that we've done in study skills. And I hope that you continue with these skills and continue to work on your math skills and improve at math as you go forward.